Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, I wanted to start a new sort of resource that I'm going to be offering each month. It's going to be the moon messages for each life path number. And so I'm going to take a look at the numerology forecast and include animal wisdom messages for the full and the new moons each month. So we're going to start doing that for the full moon that's coming up on August 31st, 2023. So we'll take a deeper dive into each life path number, what you can expect, what energies you can be expecting to work with when it comes to the numerology, and then your animal wisdom message for that moon cycle. So for the day of the illumination, and then the couple weeks that follow. Of course, to get the most sort of dialed in, most accurate reading for your own personal journey, the best solution, of course, is a personal reading. So if you would like to book some time with me, my information is in the description box below. I would love to work with you and take a look. You can book some time with me there. And then also, if you are on my YouTube channel and you're a subscriber, or if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. But if you're a subscriber, make sure you hit the bell, because that way when I drop videos, you'll be alerted. And so you can catch those as they come out. And that also helps my channel kind of work with this crazy algorithm that we're working with YouTube these days. So I appreciate that in advance if you enjoy these videos. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. Life path number 8. So this full moon on August 31st for you all is highlighting the energies of the 9 and rabbit. And so with rabbit energy coming through, there's really this sense of sort of reaping what you've sown, gaining some kind of different perspective or a greater perspective, and overcoming any fears. So if we think about rabbit energy, sometimes they can be a little skittish, they can be a little fearful. And so sometimes that's very rational, and sometimes it's irrational. And so there could be some things that come up for you around this time where you really need to take a closer look at, is something holding you back that is an irrational fear that doesn't need to be holding you back? And so you might have an opportunity to kind of dissect that a little bit and deconstruct it so that it's no longer sort of like this self-imposed prison for you. Because you don't want to always kind of be like worried about, anxious about what the next, what a risk is going to do. Or because, as an 8, you're meant to continue to take risks in this lifetime. That's just part of the journey. And so if you're kind of like rabbit energy, where you're like, highly anxious about what's around the next corner, or what's sort of lurking, in the sky or whatever, or, how is this risk going to turn out, then you're not going to take that risk, right? And this journey is all about risk taking in this lifetime. And so it can really hold you back, and it can really be debilitating and crippling. So around this full moon, it may sort of shine a light on where it is, whether it's insecurities or lack of confidence or whatever the case may be, that is really tied to some kind of irrational fear, or some kind of experience where you took a risk and it didn't necessarily work out in your favor or how you wanted it to. And that can be holding you back. And so you might need to revisit that at this time to really work through it and really, honor that and those fears, deconstruct it so that you can move forward in a way that's not holding you back anymore. Because again, you are absolutely, in this lifetime, this is all about taking risks and learning from how they work out, right? And then using those as building blocks to move forward. So pay attention to anything that comes up that sort of creates that anxiety or that fear of being seen or not feeling confident, whatever is triggered within you. It's highlighting something where it just needs your love and attention, right? And needs you to kind of deconstruct it to see, what is the worst case scenario? How can I overcome this to fully step into my 8 energy, so that I can continue to take risks, because that's what's going to help me to build this greater vision that I came here to build in this lifetime. So with rabbit energy, there's also, and with the 9 energy, there's also something here about reaping what you have sown. And so this is really beautiful, especially for 8s, because I know that there's, it's just such a powerhouse energy. And so it's constantly like, there's usually a lot of effort put in with 8 energy, or sort of ambition, right? And it can take time to kind of see the results of that. So when we hit a 9 cycle, it can be completion, or it can be things closing out or being tied up, right? Like, so not tied up like not moving forward, but just kind of like, tied up with a nice little bow, like, and then shifted off your plate. So when that happens, a lot of times we see the rewards come in. We see the rewards of our efforts. We see the gains. And so this could be a cycle where you start to see, because it's around this full moon, and usually with full moons, it's also like culminations, right? Things coming to a close. So you could see some projects, some work-related items come to a close, and you see the results of those efforts. You see that return of investment, which can be really nice, especially for 8s. So keep an eye out for that. The other thing is receptivity. So really be open to what comes to you around this full moon. And because it's 9 energy, it's not necessarily like this taking an initiative or getting something started around this time. So I'm not saying don't start anything for the 2 weeks following this full moon. I'm just saying really pay attention to where it is that things flow. That's where you put the gas pedal, that's where you hit the gas. That's where you move forward. That's where you put your energy towards. The things you have to force, pause. Don't force it. Just allow things to come to you and see, okay, is this something I can work with? Is this something I want to work with? Does this serve me? Does this not serve me? Is this like part of my greater journey or not? Does it feel like it is, right? This is a cycle where you get to, where you have to release control, right? You're not going to have control necessarily over some things you might want to, but the more you can sink into the receptivity, things will come to you. And in that process, you can say, or you can kind of look at it and be like, all right, do I want this or do I not want this? Does this work? Does this not work? So this is really a time to draw things in. And then as they come into you, evaluate and decide and use your discernment, right? So ultimately, really beautiful energy that's coming in around this time. This can also be a time for greater insights. Like this is a period when the veil is thin. This is also in astrology, full moon in Pisces. And so this is just all works so beautifully together because this 9 energy that you all are working with is very much like Piscean energy in a lot of ways. And so it's that very like deeper, like spiritual connectivity, right? So it's like your dreams might be very vivid. You might have like these deep sort of psychic downloads with fresh new ideas or inspirations that come through at this time. And you might not know exactly what to do with them, but write them down because I think you can revisit them and you will probably find that there's something that needs your attention or that wants to be born, right? Or that wants to be integrated into whatever you're already working on. So pay attention to what comes through for you at this time. This can be a very spiritual time. This can be a very emotional time. Pay attention to where those emotions take you. Usually they'll take us deeper, right? So beautiful energy that you all are working with, especially with Rabbit and this whole energy of sort of reaping what you've sown. So there is a likelihood that you'll see some things come in, like I said, return of investment, sort of return from your effort put forth. But also definitely pay attention to any of those fears and pay attention to those big ideas that are continuing to come in. You're not going to want to go for all of them. But there's going to be some that just really sort of fit beautifully in whatever it is that you've been working on. And that's the one I would say, obviously, to explore, journal about, whatever speaks to you. So beautiful energy at this time. I hope it's a just incredibly beautiful full moon for you all. Take care. Bye for now.